So hello and welcome to a new start to My Life in Color. Hope you guys enjoy it this time as well. This time we're going to kind of start off the year because last time the ones that joined before kind of got an idea of how to plan, how to plot, and how to do their own stuff. This time we're going to kind of show how you can set up a year. And if you do that, sometimes you start in the middle of the year, so the idea is still the same. But so here's what I did. As you know, I got a new book this time, new year, new book. And so you have options in which some people put up a vision board or a board that they like or something they're looking forward to or something, makes them happy or something that the year to go. Like this is a picture. My band is celebrating its 15th anniversary this year. So there's going to be some special songs and stuff like that. So I put that in the forefront because I'm going to want to watch them. And a little other things. On here you can put like a picture of a goal you want. Like if you want a certain car or you have your eyes set on something, you can kind of set you out a plan or where you want to be this year. Like if you want to be happy or relaxed, you can put a picture of a beach and just kind of try to, fill in that tranquility just a little bit. So you don't have to do one of these, and you can do it however you want. It can be your favorite candy. It can be just anything that just makes you happy and starts off the year great. So I always start with a little picture right here. It says Happy New Year because I like new openings for a new year because I usually start on January. And so that's what this is designed to. Now, if you start in the middle of the year, like if you go from September to May, kind of like a student planner, the idea is the same, but you're just in the middle of the year. So, but this is tailored for the first of the year. And I have my little New Year stuff. And I just wrote Happy New Year and drew little lines for fireworks, instant fireworks. You just grab a pen and just go whoo, like that, and you got fireworks. And you can do all kinds of colors, as much as you want, as elaborate as you want. And I did the little ball drop, and that's a sticker because I love stickers. So, all right. So this is when you set your year. You can choose to have a date of holidays, and you can do this however. This has American and Japanese holidays on it, which is why it looks pretty thick, and it's got a few other ones on it too. But you can do it this way. You can make a calendar, but what I like to do is to keep in the spot all the important dates that I need to celebrate or put something out on Facebook or send cards or something to people. So that way I can kind of see, this year, the 11th would be coming of age day in Japan. So, if you're in Japan, you celebrate it a little different. But here it doesn't pertain, so none of you guys would get anything, But it keeps track of things like Lunar New Year, Valentine's Day, Mardi Gras, if you celebrate, whatever you want to celebrate. You celebrate those kinds of things. And the color palette, because I always use a color palette, and you can do it however you want. And this color palette is a rainbow, and because the first of the year is always a rainbow for me. The idea of this one that I'm working on this time is foundations. Now, like I said, if you start in the middle of the year, you're just building up. But this is I'm calling this foundations for this particular meeting because it's building up your year. You're starting to think about, you've had time to think about what you want to track, how you want to track it. Is it going to be, gratitude? Is it going to be self-change? Is it going to be, a little different in a work attitude or something like that? And you're just trying to figure it out. And so there are many ways to do that. And how you start and, set your tone in your planner will kind of determine how the rest of the year plays out. For short, I always put, and these were the same little calendars like I showed you last time. You just draw a little line. I like the dot journals. If you have dot journals, they're handy, but if not, you can do it with plain, you can do it with notebook, you can do it with anything. It works the same. But basically, you just make a little square and you just write in the numbers of the month. And you can have yourself a whole overview of the year So you can keep track of what's going on. So if someone says, oh, I need that on the 9th of January, you can go here. It's like, okay, so this year that would be a Saturday. And if someone said, I need something about the 18th of November, you'd realize, oh, that's a Thursday. Now, my dates, like I say, I start on Monday and go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But if you start on Sunday, it'll look a little different. You can start however you want. But now, throughout the year, you have things you have to remember. There's all kinds of stuff. And sometimes you need to jot it into place so that way you don't have to think about it, you know? Because all this stuff is going, and if you have it down in a place where you can get to, that's going to work. So there is here one design. This is important dates, anniversaries and birthdays. And you can do this circle thing in which you just put the months. And I mainly just put months that hold something important to me. There's some months that aren't in here because they don't really hold anything. And then from here, you can do it. It almost becomes like a little planet diagram. And you can draw a circle and color it however you want and put the date of what's ever important, whether it's a birthday or it's a holiday, Halloween, and you can make this go as far as you want. And this is just one design. You don't have to do that. You can also do like a line or whatever, a grid. And if you just simply want to just label like January like that, and you just put like New Year's or, you know, new meeting, whatever, you can just do that even. So it doesn't have to be the round circular. That's just something kind of neat and kind of different. You can color all these. You can totally ignore this. It's just whatever suits you. And on the side, I do love stickers. And over here, I put a little to-do sticker. Now, what you can do also is draw it out. And this is why I like the dots. But you can do it just a rectangle or whatever shape you like. And you just connect like that. And you take, I like a highlighter. You can color like that. And you can put to do or whatever. And then if you use X's or boxes or whatever, you can put, you know, gift making. So, and it can be anything. It can be, you know, you might want to write something you're thankful for every month or something you look forward to every month. So like a Mardi Gras party or, you know, Valentine's, making Valentine's cards for your friends and family. And so that's one way. Another way you can do is, this is a birthday tracker. If you have a lot of people, if you know a lot of people, chances are you have a lot of birthdays. And not everyone's on Facebook that tells a birthday, and not everyone puts their birthday on Facebook. So if you find out someone's birthday, you can put it on a page where you never have to go and think about it. You can just be like, oh wait, I know where that's at. But it also prepares you. So this birthday tracker, I did balloons because balloons are great for birthdays, but you can do stars, you can do hearts, you can do bubbles. I mean, if you want to do a bubble one, it's basically the same, just a little circle and then a little whoop, right there, and you've got yourself a little bubble, and you just add some colors or whatever, and then you can put whatever you want in there. And so each balloon is a different month, and you can make them as big and as small. Like if you only know of one birthday in August, it can be a small balloon. Whereas if you have several in March, it might be a huge balloon, so it looks like a carnival. And that's just one way to do it. You can again do the line like we did over here, but just whatever fits you. And you can do it different colors, or you could do it one color and just different little lines. It's all really up to you. But this is what I like to do. And I do a little cake. This is a round little cake, but you can also draw a little cake. It's not too difficult. I'll show you on this. So if you want a tiered cake, you just kind of do like a little triangle, or not triangle, but rectangle, and you can layer as many layers as you want. And then you just draw a little base, kind of round it. And then this is where your colors come in. Just loop like that. If you want a little bit like a little flower or something in it, doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of do that like that. And then, of course, it needs a candle. Orange with a little bitty flame. And you've got yourself a little cake, just like that. And you can draw that on the birthday ones. You can use a sticker of a birthday cake. It's just something to do. So like I said, during the year, this one is focusing on setting up your year. And like I said, if you're in the middle of something, you know, the idea is still the same. It's just you can set it to where, like, if you're in the middle of your year, or if you start in September, yours should be set up a little different. So you just look forward from January to May, and you work from there. So, okay. Another thing, and this is about setting goals. It's a new year, so you want to set goals and keep going on the goals you have. So this year starts a new year, because I always do that now. If you're in the middle, you just continue and add more things to it. So what I did was I drew those little banners, and again, really nothing to it. You just basically do that. Just like half of a rectangle, and then you just point like a triangle, an inverted triangle, and you have yourself a little banner. You just draw a little string over it like that, and it's hanging out now. So, and I put the year here, so that way I knew. And so this goal for this year is cooking, writing, and fun. And these can be whatever. And again, I drew the ribbon, the same idea, just made it wider. And then I used different colored pens to make the border here. Now, you could use tape, the washi tape. As in, I used the washi tape right here to give some color, but then I went ahead and used a marker right here, a gel pen. So that way it was a different texture, and you can't really tell, but it's actually kind of sparkly. And then so for cooking, I put 3 things I wanted to do. Try something new, you know, shop and cook smarter, and look up some more Japanese recipes and try to make them with what you can get in an American pantry. So the next thing is writing, because I like to write, and so I challenge myself to write every day. Work on researching topics, a little more topics here and there, and then plot. And by plot, I mean like planning my stories, what I want to do, where I'm going with it, and stuff like that. Now, this can pertain to if you want to work on gratitude or a particular type of gratitude. Say you want to be more thankful for the small things in life, or say you want to try to learn the language of flowers. It's very interesting to where if you put together a bouquet, you can say something to somebody, and no one unless the person who knows about the flower would know. So it's just kind of a neat thing, something to pick up. New hobbies. My last one is fun, to do fun, because you can't be serious all the time. You have to do something fun. And my idea is to color more, and just color more by everything, coloring pages, adding color, just crazy stuff like that. Try new origami. That's what I pushed for myself. Try something a little more different, a little more complex maybe. And play outside. That's always a good one. Spend more time outside, you know, especially when it gets nice and pretty. But your fun can be anything. It can be self-care. Like if you need to take more time for yourself, getting away, you know, taking a long bath, or, you know, lighting some candles and just kind of enjoying the calming effects of that. Okay, so you have several things to think about for this year. And this year you can make a list if you want of things, kind of like goals or certain ideas. This is kind of like a breaker, as in kind of breaks the ice for you to start thinking and where you want the year to go. And this list is what I came up with it's like a bad habit I'm going to break, and you can put whatever that is. A new skill I'm hoping to learn, a good deed I'm going to do, who inspires me. And that can be what inspires me or what I aspire to be, places I like to visit. It also can be just whatever places you want to go, you know, A food I'd love to try sometimes in the new year. You might want to try something you haven't tried before. A goal I'd like to reach. And so for those who are goal setters, this is where you set your type of goals you want. Like you can do a big one or you can do a small one, like maybe a goal per month. Like in January, you want to do this. In February, you want to do this. In March, your goal is to do that. And then from then on, you reconfigure and recenter and set another goal. Or you can have a long-term goal, as in by December, I'm going to end up doing blah, blah, blah. But it's just whatever works for you. And just put what I'm thankful for, or you can be what you're grateful for, or just kind of thinking about the year. And that's what this is kind of about. Figuring out where you want to go and kind of what you want to do. And, kind of have some ideas, because even if it doesn't exactly pan out 100%, the fact that it's there gives you something to look forward to, and then you can always correct or restart or reconfigure. So, but if you don't have a place to go, you don't know where you're going. So, anyway, and you can do it colorful. You can do all rainbow colors. Again, like I said, for the first of the year, I use rainbow a lot because when it comes to months, I tend to develop color palettes. Okay, so a theme. What you can do is, like I said, for the year, you can set out a word, you can set out a motto, you can set out an idea, or even, whatever. And the theme for 2021, the one I chose for this one, was happiness. So, and you can keep that in mind. That can be your foundation for what you build everything on. To be happy, what does it constitute to be happy? How are you going, what kind of happy do you want? Are you trying to make yourself a tranquil area or trying to get everything organized? And that's just what you figure out. And if you don't know, you just do your best, start somewhere. That's a place to start. And so I did little arrows. Aren't you difficult? You can choose whatever color you want. And you just start with a triangle. Just like that. Move that up a little bit. And a line. And then just almost a V shape. And if you want to block it off, you can. And you've got yourself an arrow. And you can do designs or whatever, and you can make them cross, or, it's just a line, a triangle, and kind of like a V or a carrot, like that. So, and you can put arrows everywhere. If you like feathers, you draw a line like that, and you can just go. You fluff it out, and you have yourself a feather. And if you have multiple colors, you can even make a peacock feather with a little bit of gold. And that's always kind of neat. These are the 3 things that you can set up for like the year or however you want to. This one is keep. So if you found something that worked last year, that was like really great, keep it. If it works, stay with it. Like monthly spreads. That's what I did a lot last year. It's just kind of a month, and it kind of shows things spread out. So that worked. Let go down here, something that didn't work. If you tried a certain style bullet journaling and didn't work, don't do it. Don't do that. Do something else. Try something new. And that's where this one comes. Try it. If it doesn't work, try something else. And if that doesn't work, try something else until you find it, and maybe a combination of them, to where you actually find something, oh, this is me, and this makes sense. And to keep bullet journaling, you don't have to have a journal. You can even use a planner and just, make lines and stuff like that, and use stickers. There's nothing to it that says you have to grab a plain book and do all that. You can use anything. It's just a way to help you kind of think about and concentrate, getting all your thoughts in one spot. So here, this is the coming year, that's what that says. And so this is a book that was researched, and so that just tells a little bit about it on this. It's talking about the pages, but you can write down a book you're looking forward to. Like, see, and there's the price right there. So this is a travel book, and if you're looking forward to it, you can write down like, this is what I like about it, blah, blah, blah. and then you can give a short summary of it. And down here, this is books read, if you want to. So if you're thinking about the books you've read, you can write them here, like from the last year. And that way you know, and going into the next year, what books you'd want to read. And then I stuck a month here, just kind of January in hindsight. And what I did was, and sometimes you can find these at Walmart, Dollar Tree, anywhere. These stickers. This one was from Walmart, but it has all kinds of journaling stuff in it, like holidays and all kinds of crazy stuff. So if you don't want to draw, you can just get yourself one of those. And that's where this came in, and I created the calendar on it because it really was just a plain square. And I just did grid-like. And again, I started on a Monday. You can start however. You can start on Wednesday. You can start on Sunday. It's just your preference. So you can make yourself a little bookcase too. It's really just 2 rectangles. Then I'll show you over here. And you can make it as long and as wide as you want because it's your bookcase. And then you just do another one on the inside. And if you want larger shelves, you can do a line here, a line there, and then your books are really just going to be rectangles of various shapes, or should I say sizes. So you can do a whole bookcase like that, you know, however you want. You can do them sideways if you don't like the straight up books. If you want them horizontal, you can. And you can just write your title in here, like I did some Hardy Boys. So, you know, I can write that down, and you can make them as wide, as big, as whatever you like in your bookcase. And you don't have to do a bookcase. You can just keep a list like I read this, because that's also what I do as well. All right, so that's that. Now, here you go. And so what I want to talk to you about also is how I determine color schemes. Now, as you notice through here, I will usually do a color scheme for a month. Now, you don't have to, and you can make your own. Like for January, I have red, blue, silver, blue, and kind of a burgundy garnet red, because that's January's color. I put another rectangle and put gratitude and to be read. So this is where, once you fill out all your books here or remember what you read, this is where you're going to read for the future. And see here, I have Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew. I'm going to try to read all the available books that are here in our library system. So that'll be my New Year's goal. And then here, what you're thankful for. You know, are you thankful for a special someone, for food? I'm thankful for food always. And you can just kind of think about, you know, are you going through the year with gratitude every day? Is it once a month? Is it just kind of, you know, what are you going to be thankful for if you choose to do that? Now, color schemes, you know, the ideas that go behind it, and for me, planning the month is what's in it, whether it be the holidays or the seasons. And basically, I divide the years into seasons, as in winter, spring, summer, and autumn. And so my cold months will always be cool colors, blues, silvers, and December is a lot of red and green because of Christmas. Spring, because of flowers and Easter and all that jazz, it'll be lighter colors with yellows and pinks and greens and the start of really bright purples and some oranges. Come summer, it'll be warmer colors with reds and orange and yellow, kind of emulates the sun and the brightness. They're really bright, vibrant greens. And then in autumn will be the mellow greens or the mellow colors, the burgundies, the mustards, you know, the muted reds. And so that's how I do my color schemes. And you don't have to do color schemes. You can do whatever you like. If you see the month a certain color, that can be the month for it. So, all right. So this is a monthly spread. I did one for January. What I did, I'm going to try to move it so you guys can see it. Okay. So basically, again, I start on Monday. You can start whenever you want. So I wrote January here so I knew what month I was in. And I wrote the days out and I just did a grid form. And as you can tell, I messed up a little bit. So I had to patch it, but I just cut it out and then just stick glued it. And you can patch anything. So this is a list of what was going on this month. Bullet journaling and the library mystery thing that's starting up and the book review. And then I put some holidays, like today's Epiphany, and the 18th is Martin Luther King Day. I decorated with snowflakes, but again, you can see the colors the same. It's the burgundy or the garnet because January's birth month, Jim, is garnet. And garnet stands for consistency. So I thought it was kind of cool to use that color. Now, you can use whatever color you want and, you know, just whatever you like. And I do a little snowman here, and he's not very hard to draw. Let's see. What you need is really just 3 circles. A small one, a medium one, and a large one. It's basically kind of how you build a snowman outside. And then for the hat, it's really just shapes. A long rectangle, a kind of funky square where it kind of looks like a Abraham Lincoln hat. And then the eyes and the buttons. And then if you do a little round, just kind of loop like that, you've got a little scarf. And then you can do little mouth, little arms like that, and the nose. And you got yourself a snowman. And you can draw him everywhere. You can draw him friends. You don't have to draw him with a top hat. You can draw him with any hat you want. Just, you can go in there from it. And then the snowflakes, because January and snowflakes and snow tend to go with me, is how I see it. So again, just do a little star like that. And much like we did the arrows, you're just going to point in like that. And then you've got yourself a snowflake. And you can do different variations on that and make your snowflake like really huge. You can make it round, you can make it super complex, or you can just do that. Or if you don't want to do that, you can get a sticker of snowflakes and do it. So I put let it snow because I want some snow this year. I really want some snow this year. So it would be nice because I want to build a snowman. But I also drew a little penguin, and you can draw little bitty characters if you like to. If not, you can use stickers. And the little penguin, he's really just one round little oval, little bitty feet, and you just go like that. And then we just arch. Little face right there. Give him a little belly. Give him little eyes. A triangle for the beak. And then just color him in. You got yourself a little penguin. So now I got 2 little penguins. And you can do that. And you can draw an igloo, or you can draw, you know, whatever seems winter for you. And so this is also another thing for the year to do. And it's a year in pixel. So if you want to, you can draw this. It took some time. So, you know, make sure you have a good ruler, or you end up doing that number. But even with a ruler, I do that number. So I'm just really bad with rulers. But a year in pixel, and you have a key. And with all the stuff, you can create a key. And a key really just means you know what you're talking about. A key can be a square. A key can be like, for birthdays, you use an X. So that'll be birthdays. Say for events, you use a circle. So if you knew of an event coming up, like in January, and there was an event, you just put a circle and you know what you're talking about. And you wouldn't even have to write down event because you know, oh, I've got an event. And then later you can proceed to write it down. But this year in pixel, what you can do is you can pick different things. This is kind of like a mood tracker if you wanted to. But you can do sleep, you can do water, you can do whatever, and a whole bunch of things. And you just color what you feel like that day. So like on January 1st or whatever. Were you happy and energetic? Well, then you color that color. On the 2nd of January, how'd you feel? Were you a little tired? Then you do that a color. And you can kind of keep track and kind of see throughout the year, kind of chart what your moods are. And then you can kind of see, like, if you tend to be down toward the middle of the month, you can make some, adjustments and try to make yourself a little happier or counteract that, so that way you kind of keep a little more even kilter throughout the rest of the month. And
hey, Lyndsey, I know some people who crochet, and they do it's like a weather crochet thing, like where if today, okay, it's foggy or it's rainy, and you assign a color, and I guess that's blue probably. So they crochet. Is it a whole row? Maybe, I guess it's a whole row, and it's an Afghan or something like that you're making, and you do it for a whole year, and you crochet the color that day that the weather. So it got me to thinking about this. It might even be fun and just make a piece of art in your journal to do a weather grid.
Yeah, and you can.
This is like a feelings grid, and that's good. That I like that because it kind of helps you see. Maybe there's certain times of the month, you have different feelings, but there are all kinds of graphs you could make for just interest and fun.
My mom used to always graph out her, if she had dreams. If she dreamt something the night before that was, scary, or maybe a lot of times she wrote down her dreams. And then when they moved up on a ranch out in the middle of nowhere, she used to do poetry, and she would graft her poetry similar to that. I've seen it in some of her old journals. I think that's a really cool graph right there.
Yeah. And that's the thing, with this, you can do it however you want, whether you want to track the weather, you want to track your feelings, you want to have two, one for your feelings and one for the weather. And then just kind of see if the weather affected your feelings. You might be surprised. And so, any questions?
Lyndsey, could you also show, maybe Jody doesn't know what the dotted page, maybe you can get a little bit closer up on that. That's something that I found when I was buying my granddaughter's Christmas. She wanted to do journaling, and I found a journal that had these dots, and it makes it really easy to make a straight line.
Yes. Oh, I need that.
Yeah, well, you can get them at Walmart. I know Walmart has some, and Hobby Lobby definitely has some. But yeah, it really helps when you're drawing too, like the little drawings or whatever. You can use them. And what I like too is if you do this, when you want to write, but you don't particularly, you don't have a notebook paper, but you prefer notebook, you can use a ruler and you can make your own notebook paper.
You have
lines there, and you can have your own notebook paper, and you can do that to a whole page. You can do it to a section. And if you prefer notebook and don't want the whole thing notebook, so it's very versatile. It's one of my favorite things to use. So, well, and that's the thing, a scrapbook can be a journaling form too. I mean, you can mix it together. My other one, and as we go on, you'll see I have pictures, I have tickets, I have stuff. It ends up all coming together because it's basically just your life in color and whatever that is, whether it's drawing, doing scrapbooking, a little bit of both. Say you're going to do digital, just whatever works for you. It's just a kind of keeping all your life a little bit organized and just a little bit fun. So that way the year's not so meh.
So Lyndsey, that was fun. Thank you so much.
And then we can do this again. And this time we'll focus on more of a monthly concentrated one. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Thank you everybody for coming.
Thank you.
Bye.